Hey everyone, back with another tutorial, and I'll be teaching one of my tech tricks, and here's what it looks like. Trick sort of has a lot of, elements, different elements to it. It has tension slacks, lacerations, and a lot of cool looking mounts, and it's all from a wrist mount. So that goes into my first step. If you want to go into a regular wrist mount, nothing fancy or, a common mount, okay? So once you're into a regular wrist mount, you want to take your, just your finger and then roll off into the mount, sort of dismounting. So just roll off. And then after you're done doing that, you want to mount the yo-yo onto the top string from the front. So just like that. Okay? And then what you want to do with your non-dominant index finger is you want to put your finger just like this on adjacent to the side of the triangle that you're making with your dominant throw hand. Okay, so you want to try to get those steps in a fluid motion like that. So again, insert your non-dominant index finger adjacent, or at least on the right side from my perspective, of the triangle that you're making with your dominant throw hand. And then with your dominant throw hand index finger, you would want to roll on or roll off of the string. So take your dominant throw hand index finger and just put it right between this gap right here, this string right here, and then just roll off. And you're in a mount like this to prepare for a tension slack. So once you've gotten that step down, you're sort of in a mount like this to prepare for a tension slack mount. Alright, and then what you want to do is that you want to mount the yo-yo onto this string that's connected to your thumb and coming over your dominant throw hand index. You want to still keep your finger there and then mount it right there, just like this. If you can see that. Get all of the motions into one fluid sort of trick. So here's the mount right here, and then slide the little mount right here. So you're now into a more complex mount like this. And then what you want to do from here is that you simply want to take the yo-yo and roll onto this little string 7 right here. So simply roll on like that, and you're into that little triangle right here. Okay, and then what you want to do after this is that you want to do a tension slack, which is this right here. Okay, and then you're sort of into, it's basically just a triangle, but it's sort of like inverted. And then, you can sort of just like do all sorts of tricks from that for just that little mount right there. But yeah, do this. You're inside this mount right here. You simply want to, you don't even have to roll on. You can just drop your non-dominant index finger like this. You're still inside that same triangle. It's just that for me, I just like to roll on to make it a little more fluid. And once you're right here, again, you want to do a tension slack. So basically, to do the tension slack, you would want to basically let go of the thumb that's connected, to the rest of this triangle or the rest of the mount. And you want to basically grab these strings right here and slack it over. So it's kind of like a one motion like this, like flick that off and then throw the slack over. It's all in one motion. If you guys know how to do tension slacks, then you would immediately know how to do the movement. But if you don't, I recommend trying to look for a couple tutorials, or if you can't find any, try to analyze this video as much as possible. Just pause it, analyze it. Slow it down a little bit more, and yeah, okay. As I was explaining, you want to do the tension slack just over the yo-yo as such. And then after you're in this sort of mount or formation with your hands, you want to invert your dominant hand towards yourself and create just like this. So you're basically right here. After the tension flag, you want to make a hand movement like this. So it's all in one motion like this. And then once you're in this sort of mount right here, after those steps, you would basically want to mount the entire string formation or this triangle right here on this string right here. So like this. And then you can sort of see how you're in a similar mount where you would do a regular green triangle. You're sort of in a similar mount where you can just pull the string through this little hole or formation that you made, creating the triangle. And that creates the second triangle of the trick. Sort of like a layered GT. So after you've mounted the yo-yo right here on the string, that's connecting to your thumb and to your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand, excuse me. So right here, and then you would basically want to drop this formation on your hand onto the string, and you're into a double layered GT. And then after you do that, it's just a few simple steps from there. You've done that, and once you've created the double layered GT, you would basically want to roll off of the GT as if you were dismounting, like this. So you're right here, and then you would want to roll off. A tip with this trick is that you want to use string that's kind of thin, and kitty fat is pretty good for it, or if you have normal or slightly thinner string, because the problem with a double layered GT is that it'll cause a lot of snag and a lot of friction with the pads, causing in more friction than necessary. Using a yo-yo with a larger gap width, just so that it can handle all of the string layers with the thick string that you might or might not be using. So if you want to roll off like this, and then you would want to, and then it's sort of like the same motion, and then instead of actually dismounting on the string when rolling back, you actually go into a backwards GT on, except it's through this triangle like this, and you're in a backwards GT. You want to reject and go into a ninja vanish, just as so. And if you can or cannot do that yet, once you're in the reversed GT, you can just drop out, and you're pretty much done with the trick. Is to do this trick. There's a lot of variations to it, and I've already come up with a lot of variations. So if you want to maybe create something different, then go ahead. But this is just a trick that I created, inspired by Keiran Cooper, and yeah. Okay, and a few more tips is that this trick can cause a lot of snagging, and you could get a lot of knots if you drop one of the string segments. But if you're patient with this trick, if you're very attentive with each and every string segment, then you should be able to learn this trick quite easily. Okay, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. If you have any questions about the trick, then just post them in the comment sections down below, and I'll be happy to get back to you. So, yeah. I hope you had fun learning the trick. I hope you learned it. If you actually, if you learned my trick, then post a video of it on YouTube, on your YouTube channel. Or if you have one, just post it online, like on Instagram or Facebook, and just tag me. Because I really want to see people who learned this trick. And, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.